Here at Queens of the Roundtable, we know that every great adventure deserves a little magic, and that's why we're thrilled to be sponsored by Wana, North America's most trusted edibles brand. Whether you're rolling dice or rolling high, Wana's premium vegan, melt-proof edibles are crafted to elevate your experience. Their innovative terpene-enhanced recipes offer precise CBD to THC ratios, so you get the perfect balance of relaxation and euphoria. Because not all edibles are created equal. My personal favorite, the Wana Quick Strawberry Margarita, a fast-acting edible that kicks in within 5 to 15 minutes, giving you the smooth social feel of smoking, but with a new kind of happy hour, one without the hangover. As a woman-led, Boulder-based company, Wana isn't just about great edibles. They're about enhancing lives and supporting the LGBTQ+ community. So whether you're slaying dragons or just unwinding after a long rest, love who you wanna, be who you wanna, and game how you wanna. Ready to level up? Visit Wana today and keep hope high. Welcome back to Queens of the Roundtable Unsheathed, the time where us queens unsheath our swords and let it all hang out. God forbid we have a shtick. Yeah.
Oh my god!
There you go. I got lost on that.
Say pack it up delicious. Pack it up delicious.
Unsheathed is our review episode where we review the past 3 episodes of Queens of the Roundtable, all of our Dungeons and Drag playing. Obviously, you can tell we're tired. We just did all of our final filming days, which is the last 3 episodes. And we're here to talk about it because if you're not watching Unsheathed, you're only getting
A fraction of the story.
I can't count.
Speaking of which, let's reintroduce our cast. We've got Petty Patty.
Like I said, I can't count.
We have Nini Coco.
Hey, I'm tired.
Banana Splits.
I am ripping my nails off of my skin.
And Raquelle Schelle.
I can't read.
And I am your host and Dungeon Master, Dr. Zackarina Jenny Ho. Whoa. We finished the finale episode. We all very quickly, half de-dragged. This is the base of my wig that I had. This is the ball.
Yeah, well, you can't see.
Girl,
She's wearing a gray slick back with, duct taped blue highlight ball of duct tape.
Bro, that's the stone that you just got power around.
Oh my god, I should have revealed it. Turn them out. You broke the stone. Sasha Velour roast on us, never.
You gotta do that next time.
And if you are just listening, you can actually watch this video on Spotify. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it everywhere.
That's about true.
That is true. You can have there's videos on Spotify now, girl. There's ways.
Yes, Spotify's crazy.
Girl, I don't get it, but I love it. We changed and got all comfy for our final Unsheathed because we did not speak for the 3 minutes it took for us to get changed so that we could all talk about it right here, right now.
Yes.
So let's get into our final Unsheathed episode. Holy heck, we finished the season!
Wow!
Crazy. Who didn't think it could be done?
Bro, honestly,
Party than us was low, had peaks and valleys. No, I loved it though. What do we think about that ending? What do we think about the last couple episodes?
So good. So fun.
So fun.
I was really excited for the battles. And so, I know we didn't have a lot throughout the season. We had, 2 or 3. So this big one, really just, it did it for me. It really buttered my muffin.
You did your big one.
Thank you.
It buttered your muffin.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I love people say that. It's a common phrase.
Hey, right? Let her think that I said that.
oh, I love the phrase you made up. Thanks, yo. I think that the coolest thing for me was the whole time we've been figuring out how to do this, and we've done a lot of these little one-off battles where you're taking a turn, you're taking a turn. This last episode, I really liked that we were collaborating on almost every decision.
Yeah.
It just made it so much more interactive, and I think that was why I struggled maybe at the beginning of the season was I'm sometimes not really exactly sure what to do or kind of exactly how to play this game. And so in these last few episodes, the second half of the season at 2, I feel like I've just learned so much more about what I can do, and it allows me to be more creative in the process. So that was the coolest part. It was maybe listening to this back, we're going to listen to the first couple episodes and be like, oh my gosh, what is going on? We don't know anything. But then by the final episode, we're going to be like, girl, we're rolling, we're doing this, we're doing DC, we're doing D8, we're doing whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the coolest part, was just like the learning curve we went through. And hopefully people made it to this episode, because we're like 20 hours deep now. But
No, literally, that was, I think, one of my favorite. That's my favorite part with any type of D&D thing. I did a campaign for like a year and a half before, and I was a DM there, and it was so fun to watch us grow. Like, not only in our knowledge of the game, but also our, like, improv and, like, the ability to have fun and the ability to, like, dig into emotional moments, which there were a lot in these last couple episodes, which I was, drag queens were silly, goofy, whatever, but I was excited that everybody was able to, like, and locked in and, like, really had these kind of emotional moments and really got into it. One of which I thought was really fierce, when Sylvera and Blisster both kind of did these speeches to people, calling for like everyone drop your weapons, and then also like we're not here to like control or do anything, but like we want to be for the people. I thought that was cool. That was so fierce.
I loved the like drop your weapons. It very much inspired me, and I was like, I want to give a speech now.
It was fun.
that
It
was
like
like so surprising too.
I-
I did not expect that.
I just felt like I didn't get a lot. I didn't use my sorcery as much as I should have during the rest of the season. So I was like, if we're going into it, we might as well, like, Sylvera's getting into her own, and like she needs to go ahead and just show what she can do.
It was very like her aha moment.
Yeah.
It was for like alpha by defying gravity.
I think it really, like, after she's had that last vision of Lord DeLorean with her mom, that's when it like was supposed to click for her, like, oh, we got to be about the business because it's getting severe.
Well, he was batshit this episode.
Yeah, I mean, big bad evil guy, like very much Lord Valorian at the end. Which all of you got your revenge on him. Some more than
Girl, yeah, sorry.
Gross, not discontent.
I had to turn away for a second. I said, oh my God.
I'm just acting. It's not my real.
When you did it though, like in my mind, he's like all in this metal thing, but it's very like Fabergé like egg, like where there's still like little designs.
like breaking his limbs into his body. It was kind of graphic.
Well, it literally reminded me, there's this movie, oh gosh, I remember, but it's like this dance studio, and it's like all a bunch of witches. And she's like doing a dance, but there's another girl in another room who's like getting,
Girl.
girl.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
And she's like being all like bent up and like congealed, and like her bones are breaking.
Girl, that's dance models.
It's absolutely
Still.
are these witches? This dance studio. It's so funny that it's Maddie Ziegler and Sia.
And Abby is like a grand high wish.
And Lady Gaga's watching over in her Lady in Red look.
Girl, they were. Oh my god.
And there's still so many, like, especially, like, I feel like I answered a lot of questions, but I feel like there's still a few things about all of y'all that I'm like, I want to know what else is there, because it's like you're just, it's almost like you're at the precipice of this journey of still like
Well, because I found out like my mom, what happened to her, but there's still, because isn't sorcery like that's one that's genetics. Like I don't even know if that's from her too, or where the other half comes from. So there's a whole other thing that we could get into.
Because for Sylvera especially, like your start was just, I want to learn, like I know nothing about who I am, where I come from. So coming in with like nothing, it's like, this is such a beginning, but it's also, you did so much to learn just even that basic info, but that means you still have so much more to possibly learn.
Yeah.
Other cliffhangers, I feel like Coralia, you with your dad, like this one moment of like, every time your dad is FaceTiming you through water is always like a bad experience. And then finally it's this kind of like slightly positive one.
But it wasn't even positive for my own intent. It was he could potentially get something out of it.
Right.
Very selfish motive.
He's like actually nice to you, but not because of like just he is like a good dad.
He's like, oh shit, my runaway daughter has this opportunity. Maybe I'll throw her a bone, or I'll be nice to her for once.
I think you're right that he's not a necessarily bad person. He chases opportunity for success.
Yeah.
So it's like he just wants like to benefit himself,
Yeah.
but it's not because he's like evil necessarily.
just noticing when you talk, your little things kind of wiggle like whiskers. It's kind of
been moving that. I was about to say, I've crossed it a couple times, just like moving your
I
lips.
look in the like reflection, and I'm like,
And it stayed on while you're doing that.
Yeah, they're trying. They're glued on. But I'm interested in Malus still to see where that goes. I'm interested in if Shribble can run for public office. I'm interested in
I think you're gonna be entertainment director of Eldoria.
That would be fierce. I'm interested in what's gonna happen with all the people who like were losing their memories and stuff, and like were forgetting things. Like me, so that.
Yeah. Because my man, he still don't have it all up there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You're just trying to get your boyfriend back. This whole
So that, yeah, I was like, because you're trying to steal him at one point.
Well, I learned real quickly. Don't chase a fish that doesn't want to be caught.
He was an air guy.
Well, say what he is. And there what?
An air genasi.
Oh my gosh. A wild ending. I think it was just, it's always so interesting of like what I think you all might do. And then every time you all do something so creative or out of the box that it's so exciting. So I was like, I love even in the battle, like all the different strategies that y'all were trying out. Even with Lord Thalorian, like this big evil dude, he was a level 10 wizard that I had going up against y'all. So he had, I mean, I'm looking back at the spells and like, if he would have had another chance, I mean, if he still had the tablet ended fireball, like, bitch, y'all would have been.
You would have been cooked.
Y'all would have been on the sun.
Yeah, I was at 4. I would have been,
It's a fish fry.
girl, yeah.
Baby.
It would have been a seafood
chips.
boil.
Yeah, were you prepared to kill us?
I mean, if y'all, I was getting scared at a couple points.
She was down to 4 hit points at the very end of this season. She had 4 hit points.
That would have been fun to you all have to do some life-saving throws. What are they called?
That's
Death saving throws.
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, and that's the thing too is if he would have had the stones for the tablet and then did a fireball, like a nat 20 fireball is like the sun is in the room with us right now, where even people with resistances aren't immune to fire damage, like that kind of stuff. So y'all then still did it, and I feel like the way that you all do it, which is the like, I'm not gonna just like rough and tough it. I'm gonna be strategic. I'm going to leverage like a spell that's not the like attack spell. It's using charm on your friend. It's using cutting words on your friend to like make the situation work out, which I really appreciated from y'all.
That was really fun. I agree, Nini. I love the collaboration. Like,
Yeah, that one was a lot more fun.
it felt like we were doing things that worked on each other's things, which
Yeah.
is so cool and fun.
It's almost like I get though, because it's like 4-on-1 in that case though, right? So like I get that there's value in playing the game as an individual because it's like there's more stakes maybe, because in this way we were able to like have a safety net for each other, but it did make it more fun.
Yeah, we kind of jumped him.
Yeah. But it was like we could have everything we could have tried could have failed and we could have been killed.
Which was so embarrassing. Could you imagine if when I was doing my lightning bolt to like when it's full of motion, it's just a little
Yeah.
little taser.
Well, that happened with one of my like speeches or whatever, and then I think Patty, you gave me the inspiration or whatever.
Right. Which is, it's awesome that, you know, the dice rule the game and whatnot. And I think it's so interesting to how like sometimes like fate will find its way for like something to work, you know, with the dice. I loved it. I loved all of the final battles. There was also some other what was across the entire season, taking a bigger picture now. There were a lot of gags that happened, a lot of plot twists, a lot of like moments. What were each of your top gag-worthy moments of the season? Like the moment where you were sitting there and you're like, you're strapped in, you were locked in because it was like, wait, this is getting my goat.
When Pyra got arrested, that was crazy for me because I was like, oh, they're like not joking. It was like, this is serious. That was crazy.
Even just like, I think one of the bigger ones, even just at the beginning, we start off with an explosion and we have to escape or else we're going to burn in this, well, number Myra, we're going to burn in this fire.
Sorry, I'm supercharged.
So I think that was crazy. That's when it was like, oh, wow, we got to do some real shit here.
I think my gag was when we kind of learned that the Ivory Court was like the bad guys, because like they like had like they treated us so well in the beginning and had this like prestigiousness to them, and so when we found out that they were the bad guys, it's like a twist that you could have saw coming, but I didn't see it coming. I wasn't expecting it.
Especially when you're living in it.
Yeah.
Like it's easier maybe at home as a listener, but then when it's like you're here at the table, you're simultaneously taking notes, checking spells, like paying attention, trying to remember characters, like things like that.
Up until the finale episode.
So I want to talk to Miss
Well, days.
Isolde, Dorian.
Lady Isolde never came back, but I imagine that there's a spire in a cornfield somewhere that's like enhancing the crops.
I want to bring out Lady Isolde if we come back because she seems like a good time gal.
Yeah, was she good after all? Like, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. There were moments that you could have bumped into her during the final couple episodes, but it just didn't happen. There were moments for like anything and everything that could have happened.
Is there anything that like you had planned or like set up that you really wanted to happen that didn't get planned or occur?
I shot really, really high for the moon and planned a year-long campaign instead of like a 5 sessions campaign. As I was like, after we finished our second session, I was like, oh, in my mind, I'd love for us to keep playing for an entire year, but this was a like finite amount of time that we set. So I had to do some restructuring on things, but
And then accelerating?
no, not accelerating, just simplifying really is what I did. Because there were going to be 7 more plot lines going on. And then it was like, girl, we need one, So it was also, funny of like, oh, we were all learning together truly because yes, y'all were like learning D&D and having these moments. And by the end, like really in it. But then I was also kind of relearning how to be a good DM and like planning that stuff out. So there were things that like I had thought about. That just like cards didn't go in certain ways or the situations didn't happen. But it was like I always make multiple plans in case. And then even then 90% of the time it's like a plan that I didn't even think of that y'all do. So I'm like, yeah, but now that's content for season 2.
What was your writing process like for this show?
I think I might have mentioned it before. I was very inspired by Skyrim as a kid. That was like my fantasy intro. So this plotline, I kind of took inspiration from Skyrim because there's a civil war that happens in it, and it's a little bit of that tea of, oh shit, both sides are kind of bad. So I wanted this, like, obviously going on a quest and fighting the dragon sure is really, really fun with D&D, and I was like, I wanted to give you all more of a, like, dilemma to go through and more for you all to, like, hunt through, because I thought it would be very interesting knowing you all to see how you would react to it.
Did you feel like, because what we ended up doing is we did Ivory Court and we did Obsidian. We saw behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Were there realities where we never saw both sides, where we, what was your question?
I was thinking, because we got the choice in, I think it was like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Do you go with Kaylin or Orin?
Yeah.
Because
I think it was kind of two.
to the Obsidian Syndicate first.
Which is that's what I wanted in the beginning. I was like,
That
oh,
would be
hate it.
interesting, like, if we went with them and they just like fed us all this information about like these people are bad, these people are bad.
Yeah. Do you think we still would have ended up here against Lourdes? Is that like what your goal was overall, or did you have like multiple endings, like you said, anyway?
Multiple endings, and also like y'all didn't get to the Obsidian Syndicate. I did get to like
It was
session 3 or 4. Like it was like pretty late, so there was a possibility, and I was planning for like if y'all never go to the Obsidian Syndicate, like what does that look like? How does that information get to you? So where you're not just like, oh, we just need to take down a rebel group. But also I knew, again, you all personally, that there's this inkling in the back of y'all's minds of like, yeah, well, what's that rebel group doing? And you guys I feel like support the underdog in like a lot of situations. So I feel like even if y'all would have stayed with Ivory Court, a part of you would have been like, yeah, but why are we fighting? And like been more inquisitive about situations. But I mean, yeah, like if that's the route that y'all went down, then that's the route that you all would have gone down. I didn't want to plan things. I had characters and like, what are their motives? And then how do you all interact with those people's motives and plans?
I still think the bit of us being like, oh yeah, those adventurers who looked exactly like us, like that was
funny.
Yeah, that little bit that we kept going and they're like, have you heard anything on the tablet? Like, no, but there's people who looked exactly like us. So,
We were pretty fierce for keeping the tablet secret
Yeah.
until literally the final invasion.
Speaking of favorite moments, what was y'all's like favorite? We had a lot of like, God forbid, we had a lot of bits in this season. What were your guys' favorite bits, moments? We got like kind of the bit of, oh, I swear they look just like us kind of thing. What else did y'all love?
I still love all the like performances that happen. There were just like shows that we put on, and it was like, girl, this is just our so. Spoiler alert, we all have like a secret. Should we say this?
Well, we don't know the secret.
Okay, sorry. No, we have like
We don't even know the
I don't
secret.
wanna, okay, actually, I don't want to say it on camera because it's gonna get stolen because it's a good idea. But we have a secret club that we want to create someday.
Oh.
So I feel like we were living out fantasies of this potential secret future nightclub that we're gonna make.
Yes.
So it was like we got to do that through our performance.
Now that you mentioned that, I think that probably was my favorite bit that we did, was our first dungeon. And you went in, started performing, and I did my illusion when our first battle, when she went in and she started performing, and I did the illusions and had her get some backup dancers. Sure. That's probably my favorite bit that we did, is like, why are we just doing a performance in this dungeon? Like, this is so stupid.
I had a lot of fun prepping you to be the star at the Ivory Court ball. That was
I
kind of
was
fun.
just thinking about that, and then you being the opener for Lord.
Open for, oh God, who was
I
it?
can't remember.
Was it like Megan Thee Stallion? Was it one of the different?
It was I think Lord opens for you, yeah.
Dochi
You
was-
open
yeah.
for Dochi or something like that. I love that. Just like that in this fantasy world, there are a couple of humans that are canonically existing in this.
And the fact that Gaga is the one human you said does not exist in this world, I said, are you kidding? The one?
And then you say the finale episode's inspired by May.
That doesn't exist.
Or it was Naham.
Yeah.
Just running around.
Girl, it was.
Wait, my favorite bit was anything that Shrivel did. I just feel like she was such a goofy little gal.
Shrivel was the breakout star.
Yeah.
The fact that also there were times where you could speak to animals. I didn't know that. That's funny. Or just we'd be like, let's get Shrivel on the spotlight. I could Shrivel. Yeah. I didn't think that she was gonna be an important part of the story. But was she from session 0?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
before we even started filming. Shrivel was the name of the rat companion.
And you had improv that in that moment.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even going to come with us. You were able to keep her there the whole time to shoot around this.
her to come with me.
Because she was going to wreck her.
She was like the Rachel Berry, Leah Michelle. She was excited to finally step up.
Yeah, she was the understudy.
Yeah, who's Mildew? We heard about Mildew. You saw the vision. Was there anyone else's backstory who we still don't know? You have family. You have.
We don't know much about my actual. They don't know much about me. Period. Yeah, even the family that took me under their wing, we don't know much about them besides that my father's an asshole and my mother's the only one who really cares.
Right. And I remember you saying at one point, you were like, my biggest question right now, right after you got one of the visions, was how did the Mintzes get me? What are they in on this? Are they supportive? Was this just a random? I love that was one of your first thoughts, because I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
How was it ever hard for you to pivot? Did we ever throw you off to a point where you're like, so what now?
I think.
Because you're really good at what you do, which is improv and pivoting and all that.
Thank you, guys.
Was there ever a point where you're like, okay, well that was a little out of left field, so what now?
I think the fact that y'all were just so stuck with the Ivory Court for so long, I was just I really thought, because I think also in our session 0, we were talking about how maybe one day we'll post. I do have some videos from our session 0, but we were talking, and I remember all of y'all were like, no, I would root for the underdogs. And then immediately all 4 of y'all were like, well, let's hear the police out. And I was like,
That was rap. I said let's go with the underdog.
because that's not your
I was on
attitudes
Yeah.
ever.
Well,
You know?
I was more thinking, Lonnie, even just for my attitude. I incorporated more of my attitude later on.
Yeah.
I was thinking about more your main characters,
For sure.
and she would definitely be, let's go to the proper authorities.
Yeah, and same with mine. I was like, I only whipped wig off of bald head, y'all.
Loch.
I'm gonna say wanted on it.
Whoa, that was crazy.
For
I
those who are
kinda
just
love this look though. Just this little. I'm not
All
even
day today we've been should I be bald? Should I be
for those who are just listening, Banana just ripped off her ponytail,
Sorry.
Yeah.
and now she's just bald.
So speaking of which, obviously for this final shooting episode, we wore all of our promo looks, which are kind of embodiments of our characters and whatnot. And so if people want to share if they made certain things or their inspiration for designs, stuff like that, they're more than welcome to, because we serve looks this season too. We're kind of known for being the look queens of the Western United States.
Oh yeah.
the Rocky Mountain.
English, but
Yeah.
The Rocky Mountain Divas.
I'm not talking about your brows.
Whoa. That's
Yeah, because it doesn't include the Western U.S. It doesn't include Seattle, Oregon, Portland, or any of California. But look, so let's talk about them.
Well, I really wanted to do like the bald cap and the tusks, but I was not really thinking much about the outfit. And then I had done like a couple of like things with this beige fabric that I just had left over, and I was like, great, I kind of like this. So then I just made the whole storyline like she's like a scrappy rags, unremarkable kind of scrap beige situation. What?
It was just like my own moment.
I'm like,
I was feeling my prosthetics. I get stimming.
Rubbing her face.
Raquelle is stimming on her prosthetics, which she did herself.
Yes, I did my own prosthetics. I made my own promo look. I wanted her to be very inspired by like a lionfish, like have like fins and gills that were flaring out. I wanted to have these like webbed in between, which I'm sure I still will do at some point, but just overall being big, kind of red, lionfishy.
I thought you were like blue at the beginning, but you know.
No, I was never blue.
No, she
Even-
was never blue.
Even
she was never blue.
Even in session 0, I was
Never mind, I lied. Okay.
You're right. She was blue, bro.
She was blue.
Yeah.
no, she's gaslighting you.
Oh my god.
The only thing is,
So easily.
You just like,
so quick.
Girl, you can tell me anything and I'll say, oh, sure, yeah. Like, if it happened more than 2 weeks ago, you could tell me anything.
Girl.
I'll believe it.
I wanted my wig to look like I tried to sculpt it to make it look like I was underwater, but I had to pack it up. It wasn't working.
Pack it out, delicious.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share? Like,
Yeah, I made my look too. I love a little applique on mesh moment. I would say it's the original.
She was,
I'm just kidding. I didn't invent mesh and applique.
but use Nini Coco for.
Oh my god. Well, they're not sponsored. We're not talking about that.
Oh.
oh, we do.
But I didn't say where. I didn't say where. Just
Yeah,
use
there's a
just
fabric
use
on-
code Nini Coco everywhere.
Yeah, my fabric was from them too. So if you guys want to sponsor the pod, please.
Yeah.
The now defunct.
Oh no. No Jans.
No chance.
Girl. Well, funny story with my promo look. That was not supposed to be my promo look. I actually went through 2 different promo looks before this promo look. Because the first promo look just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so I threw it against the wall and cried. Second one, I had to take a piece off, and it ended up tearing the entire bottom part of the dress. So there was just a giant hole in the bottom of the dress. Not the part that you're supposed to have at the bottom of the dress, but you know.
Always just it's just like this isn't supposed to be here. It's a regular drag.
And so I was actually wearing a dress that I had in my closet. That was made by my friend David LeBeau about a year ago, but it's still very Sylvera to me. It's still very regal, very classy, very stunning, you know.
I love that they green boa.
Oh, yeah.
No, so stunning. Everybody's looks were amazing all season long and for this promo. I also made both my hair and my outfit. Patty and I had about 4 FaceTimes last night as we both were stressed making our stuff. So I wanted to give very much like
And we were
all-knowing narrator kind of like tea. But then I did the horns all season long as a little motif, so that was fun. I will never be doing those again. They were a pain in my ass.
I'm gonna help you.
I think you just need more magnets, girl.
I could do my magnet.
Yeah, but they won't have like cook my brain.
And make sure the magnets are facing the right way.
We gotta warm it up and fireball.
It's a little medium rare. You need to get
Turn
out.
on the microwave. Literally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Looks were served. There was high highs, low lows, and I'm
Hi, it's.
and high rolls, low rolls.
Very low rolls.
Hey,
Lowest roller, superlative, lowest roller.
Hey, we ended the season like we started. 3 bad rolls in a row.
In a row.
But like
You
the thing that,
my dice twice, and it was a 2 both times.
Jeez Louise.
but that's the thing that like kind of like frustrates me about the game. Like at least in the moment, it's like you can't do anything to control it. It's like it's not based on like what a good player I am or how much of like a drag queen that I like my level as a drag queen. You know, it's literally just luck.
What I'm hearing is that this group has too big of control issues. This entire group has control issues.
Well, half the time, Banana's like wanting to play through half the other characters, or she's like, just do it, just say it. And
superlative for knowing everyone's characters better than that.
I'm literally like, okay, so you have this ability, that ability, it's great. Now you can use that to do this.
what's your D&D experience? Like,
So I'm obsessed with Dimension 20, which is like the premier D podcast. There's a couple of them out. There's like Critical Role, but I watch Dimension 20, and I literally have seen like every season, and there is like, I don't know, sometimes there's like 25 episodes in a season, and they're like 3-hour episodes.
Yeah.
I put on D&D. I probably watched I don't know, 3,000 hours of Dungeons and Dragons because I just put it on constantly in the background. And I love it. And so I've seen every type of character. I've seen all of the species, all of the classes.
So you just have more background knowledge.
I just see a background.
And I'd only see the one.
It was, yeah.
I don't see what an artificer is. I know what a rogue is. Like, I know what a sorcerer is.
And then you combine that with Banana wanting to like help people and be like, "Hey, girl, you need to do this." Like helping be like.
I was always trying to help. It was just like move the story along.
Well, literally one time, this past few episodes, I'm like, or alternatively, you know what?
yeah,
Why don't we just do that?
Yeah, you kind of climbed yourself. Yeah, you said, no, just go.
I had like something that was like the perfect thing that I felt like would just fix the moment. And I was like, the moment can be fixed by multiple means.
but I love that sometimes when you can get to at least pitch the idea, and if that person likes it, they could still say, yeah, let's do that, or they could go with their own
It was definitely helpful to have you two on the sides.
Yeah.
Because we probably won't keep a lot of those bits in when like me and Nini were trying to do our spells and we're like, I don't know what this means. Will you read it?
like, what is all of this?
Well, there and your app, you have D&D Beyond open.
I'm like on my phone, just like, what is
Phone to paper,
happening?
her notebook, trying to take notes.
I'm like 17, D7, 14. And it was like, girl, it's crazy.
But you two were definitely,
But it's
you guys
fine.
taking knowledge was nice.
Yeah, I think my noviceness of choosing a character probably showed. So I would probably simplify and just lean more on because you can be any character and be the same amount of creative. It's just maybe the spells give you a little edge in one way or the other.
What it was mostly I noticed like helped like with our roles of like whenever like especially like with acrobatics or like perception checks or whatever, depending on like who your character was or their advantages was, it like helped during certain circumstances.
Certain circumstances. One is Raquelle saying I think for you two as superlative and not to be like the same superlative, truly the like most improved. Like y'all both like I feel like came out of your shell so much, which was so amazing. See, because also this is so much of
Raquelle's shell.
You came out of your Raquelle shell.
Oh my god.
How you spell it? Just kidding. Don't spell it.
But I was so proud to see it all, and then I also just loved like again seeing y'all lean in deeper. Y'all ate like that last couple of episodes. You two were so in it, like not only knowing your characters and knowing this like skills and abilities, but also like leaning into your story. So I think like very much just most improved. Like y'all, the growth is awesome.
It was fun when I finally got a grasp on how I read my spells. Where like I never had to ask when you used to have to ask me before. So what's the saving throw? I said, what the fuck is a saving throw?
Right.
But I said, it's a dexterity 13 saving throw. Go for it.
Hey! That was the note say.
So I'll just say that Raquelle Schelle handed me a note over the table, and it says, I love Nini Coco. She's my favorite drag queen. Love you, sister. Heart.
I know.
Heart. Raquelle Schelle, but she spelled it wrong, actually.
I did not.
She spelled Raquelle Schelle wrong?
Yeah, she spelled her own name wrong.
You lie.
On purpose?
No, she's lying.
She said, do me a favor and shut the hell up.
Sisterly love.
Do me a favor and shut
Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, we had such an amazing season, y'all. I know I said it in the last like actual episode, but in this Unsheathed, I just want to say again, thank you all so much. I approached my sisters and I said, Sharks, I have this crazy idea. Do you trust me? And they all said no, but we'll do it. And so I'm really grateful. I'm so appreciative.
I hope this isn't a career sinker.
Oh,
You know
it
what I
is.
mean?
For all us, we're all going down together.
You can't go down if you're already at rock bottom.
Amen. And you're below that. You're underground.
And she's the rock.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much for putting this together. I feel like the sets were all hand painted by the one and only Dr. Zackarina Jenny Ho. They were all 3D printed by her. Like, this whole concept was all Dr. Zackarina. So it's just like inviting us into her project was really special.
Having to like miss things that you wanted to go to because you were like, oh, I have to prep this thing.
Yeah, we would have like a hangout or a show of a friend we'd go to, and she could
Losing
go.
sleep. She would go to sleep at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, you put a lot of effort and thought into this most of all, which made everything just run so smoothly too. It made our lives easier.
And you found like such good teams to work with here at like Dude IDK.
The real MVP of this full season. Like, this is the best bless you. This is the best base.
Bless you. I heard it too.
Best base in the entire city. So grateful, so excited. Like the quality is amazing, everything's amazing. All of our sets, a lot of it comes from shout out to Makers Anvil. Makes a lot of 3D prints for D&D stuff. So the game board, a lot of these big pieces. The Zackarina was from Maker's Anvil. It's not called the Zackarina.
That was another good bit. Was the Zackarina?
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Zach Space Arena.
Right, but this was very much a bit of a like very share. I will be playing all the parts like that. You know.
Yeah. So wait, who was your character?
Oh my god.
We'll have to find out next season. But for one final time, thank you all for tuning in and listening. If you love the show, like, follow, subscribe, share with your friends, tell people about it. I hate drag queens.
They're flipping their hair like
We're flipping
share.
our dividing here.
They're gonna say share, like share this. They go, oh, like a little doozy. But thank you. Share it with everybody. Please let people know. Support our podcast so that we can continue this. Not only for more seasons of Sword of Women, but we also have ideas for other campaigns, different stories, different things that aren't necessarily like super Dungeons and Dragons-y. So lots of stuff, hopefully, on the horizon for Queens of the Roundtable. But one final time, on behalf of our entire cast, crew, and sponsors, my name is Dr. Zackarina. Jenny Ho.
Good night and big balls.
Yeah, yeah.